Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy, has now been missing for an agonizing 26 days. Yesterday, law enforcement was back at her home. As sources say, officials are preparing to turn the home back over to family. Meantime, more tips are coming in. NBC's Liz Kreutz has more.
This morning, 26 days into the search, two federal law enforcement sources tell NBC News officials are working on turning Nancy Guthrie's home back over to her family. Several agents at the property Wednesday as part of that plan were seen in the same doorway where an armed, masked man was captured on Nancy's doorbell camera. Here, they appeared to analyze something on a sliding glass door. Local authorities also plan to restrict public parking on Nancy's street starting today. Since Nancy went missing, there's been enormous public interest, including an outpouring of love and support for the family.
Your Lord Jesus.
This woman came to pray outside the home last night. At times, though, there's also been a slew of false accusations. Dominic Evans, a local teacher and bandmate of Nancy's son-in-law, speaking to the New York Times after his name was dragged into the case by internet sleuths who, without evidence, deemed him a prime suspect. He and his wife telling the Times they've been scared numb, forced to hide out in their home. Meanwhile, the FBI now going through hundreds of new tips, many generated after Savannah and her family offered a $1 million reward for the return of their mom.
If you have a criminal record, if you're undocumented, if you have a tip in this case, that's what they want most. They're willing to overlook anything.
Former FBI Special Agent Brianna Fox walked us through how tips can be sent anonymously, both by phone and online to the FBI and through Crime Stoppers.
You can provide a tip and they will provide you a unique number or passcode. That passcode then allows you to log into their website and see the status of your tip. So if your tip in fact led to the identification of either Mrs. Guthrie or the conviction of a suspect, that will notify you that you have been essentially rewarded.
And reports surfaced of a 911 call on the night Nancy Guthrie went missing. The caller claimed a woman was hanging out of a window and screaming just a few miles from Guthrie's home. Yesterday, though, Sheriff Chris Nanos said that lead was investigated and determined to be unrelated to Guthrie's disappearance.